It is no secret that countries across the world have been fast-tracking their efforts to decrease their carbon footprints by turning to more renewable energy sources. Belize is no exception. But financing renewable energy projects for SMEs can come at a great risk to financial institutions if the projects proposed are of poor quality and lacks viability. As a result, CDF has established the Credit Risk Abatement Facility.
What the facility does is that it takes on risks at different levels and at different stages in the development of the projects. So it's not just the risk associated with lending to these SMEs. Generally, SMEs are felt to be high-risk prospects for the banking sector. But it's also the what we might call the idiosyncratic risks, but the peculiar risks associated with particular projects. So we deal with each of the projects on a case-by-case basis. And because we're dealing with what are considered to be relatively new or unfamiliar technologies to SMEs, there's a lot of technology-related risks, a lot of risks associated with making poor decisions with respect to the type of technology, the scale of technology, the timing of implementation, the types of measures you need to put in place to ensure that you have sustainable cash flows to repay your loans.
To address the reluctance by financial institutions to provide the necessary funds to see these projects completed, the Credit Risk Abatement Facility will also cover the majority share of the financial risk associated with lending for these types of projects through guarantees.
What was preventing the banks from providing more financing is that the SMEs could not meet for example, their collateral requirements. So we are developing a suite of products under the credit risk element of it, where the first product that we are offering is a partial credit guarantee, which could cover up to 80% of the cost of the loan. And that is what really enticed many of the banks that we've been able to onboard to the facility to become part of it. And because we know we are ensuring that the projects that get to the banks eventually are quality projects, we don't expect the guarantees to be called upon. But in the event that they're called, we are putting in place a system for rapid response.
The Development Finance Corporation is the first and only financial institution in Belize that CDAF has onboarded thus far. The threshold ranges from $25,000 to $750,000 US.
What the craft is doing, it's creating the financial inclusion by providing a partial guarantee. Now, I must say, this is not something that if you choose not to pay, then they will pay. No, it's not that simple. It means we have to do everything under the law to collect, and after we demonstrate to them that we have done every single thing to collect, then they may pay up to 80% of what is uncollected. So it's proper financial due diligence and following everything through. The DFC just can't go crazy and give out loans because we can get 80% back. It's not that, right? Yes. But this is a powerful thing, because what it allows us to do and allow Belizean businesses to do is to, besides the climate benefits of it by reducing footprint and everything else, it's good for business. It reduces your operating costs and makes you more competitive.
Essentially, studies show that switching to renewable and efficient energy sources reduces operational costs and allow businesses to become more competitive. An opportunity also exists for these decentralized energy systems to sell excess energy generated to the national grid. The regulatory policies to do this are not quite in places yet, but the Public Utilities Commission says they are coming.
The recognition is okay. You now have what we call bidirectional flows of power. So not only can you have these big power plants putting energy at the top of the flow, but we can also have at the customer side, at the end-use side, customers are able to produce energy locally, and where they have excess resources, that energy can then come back and be used to supply other customers that need. We are in the last phase of that regulation. The final draft is getting ready for publication this month, where we are going to make it easier. We're going to expedite the authorization for small people up to a megawatt to be able to get authorizations to undertake these activities, to produce electricity, and if there's excess, to sell it to the grid.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.